Happy Thursday! I have a new box of facial tissues. Kleenex is what a lot of people call them, but Kleenex is a brand. And it has an end that I am going to open up and put in a few drops of essential oil. This one is lemongrass, which I like the smell of. But tea tree oil has healing properties, so you could use tea tree oil, which I have used in the past. It's a couple drops onto the tissue, and then I seal up the end again, and then I can open it and use it. And by the time the drops permeate through a little bit, they won't affect, wiping your glasses off or anything like that. Not like the ones that have aloe built into them. No, I don't buy those because I do clean my glasses off with them. You don't want smear, right? But it has just enough scent on one end, on the tissues, that it smells so good, and you don't mind having to blow your nose. So this is what I'm going to do. That's more than a few drops, but it'll add just enough scent. And now I'll close this back up and drop a little bit of glue on here. Just a little. And then I will set it on a surface like this, and the weight of the box will hold this until the glue dries. And then I can open it up and use it. It's also helpful, like on wherever the bottom of the box is, to write with a pen what oil you put in there, like tea tree oil or lemongrass scent or clove or cinnamon or whatever scent you put in there, in case you have somebody that doesn't like that scent or can't have it, if you have a guest or something, and you'll be able to say, oh yeah, that has such and such in it. But I mean, if you're going to have guests that can't, they're going to use it, they can use toilet paper instead. That's not scented. But I don't know, it helps you. Like if you're blowing your nose and you go, I can't remember what I put on there. This is great. And then you can look at the box and it's written on the box. Where did the time go? It's 20 minutes to 8. I made a little spinner and I gave it to Spencer already. Took a piece of wood that I bought that you can make a plaque out of or whatever, the hobby store. And I divided it into 5 sections, colored each section a different color, and put a number on each section, 1, 2, through 5. And I made a little spinner out of like a popsicle stick thing. This is for another one I'm making. Another one I'm making has 5 different animals: cow, horse, sheep, dog, and cat. And you're supposed to spin it, and whatever it lands on, you have to make the sound of that animal. Now Spencer knows what a dog says, and a horse, and a cow. He knows what a goat says, but it's like a sheep, bah. And a cat, he's not real sure. But he likes the spinner. See, my phone, I can play some kind of game on here, and it'll give you extra points, and you can buy extra letters for less if you spin this spinner thing. And you get 5 chances to get a free spin or whatever. Somehow he discovered that. He saw the little colored wheel and he loves it. He pulls it up and starts pushing buttons on my phone. And it's like, no, I'm not buying anything, buddy. I take the phone away from him and he hollers and screams. So this way he'll have a spinner he can spin all he wants. And it won't cost anybody anything. And the other one, Mommy bought him 3 wooden puzzles. They have the little handles. One is 0 through 9. And the other one is different shapes, like square, parallelogram, star, circle, oval. that kind of thing, a half semicircle. He calls it a moon. And he likes those. And the one's an alphabet. It's 26 pieces. That's tough. That's a tough one. And it was made, obviously, from another country because F for football, they have a soccer ball on there. Because in the United States, we don't call that a football. We call it a soccer ball, which would be under S. They have different... There's a couple of things on that alphabet that's like, we don't really call it that. I mean, we can, but... So, obviously, it's... I don't know what country it originated from. And I don't think it was China. I think it might have been like the Netherlands or something. Don't know. And I was busy. I started hand sewing. I had some extra. I made a little pouch out of this canvas stuff. I wasn't sure how much I needed, so I bought a yard and a half. I was going to do some other stuff like make a seat cover and all that crap, but I decided not to. So with the extra of this, I made 2 more shopping bags. I started by hand and then I thought, oh man, let's just get this done. So I brought out the sewing machine and I always manage to break a couple needles. It's just an old sewing machine and it's heavy. I really should probably think ahead and invest in a lightweight machine that does just straight and zigzag. Because that's all I really need if I sew anything. A buttonholer is nice, but I don't need all those fancy schmancy stitches. And it would be nice if it didn't weigh so much. Because I'm getting older and that sucker is heavy to lug around. I keep it in the closet and I have to bend over and put it back in the closet. And, ugh, what a mess. I'm really hungry. I think I bought a little packet that says Spanish rice. I think it's like rice-a-roni, but it says Spanish rice, which has like tomatoes in it or something. I don't really know. But that I'm going to have that and some turkey burgers that are getting older by the day in the freezer. Yeah, I think that's what I'll have for supper, and then I'll have probably another batch. You know, half of it will be supper and the other half will be a different day. I have 2 big bowls of soup in there, chicken soup from the other day. I have some bacon I cooked up. I have to think of some other, maybe a pasta meal or something for the next few days, whatever. Today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. I have to put the license plates on my car, the new ones that came, and I didn't get around to doing it today. I also have a really cool semi-psychedelic sticker, like a mandala or whatever. It's to go on the car. Yeah, I gotta trash it up. Which I will probably do tomorrow. The worker men are gonna come tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably gonna be a big day. There's a couple things that I could get from Wally World. One is they have a box of bags of rice. In other words, there's 6 bags with rice in them, and you dump them in boiling water. You can either do it in a pan, or you can do it in a bowl of hot water in the microwave. 10 minutes, either way. And you pull it out and let it drip a little bit before you open it up, and it's cooked perfectly. It's wonderful. I love it. I'm glad I found it. So I can get some more of that and some more sewing needles for the machine. Other than that, I mean, I don't really need to do anything except clean up my mess, figure out where I'm going to put stuff, and also kind of child-proof things a little bit, because Spencer is coming over. When I have to go to the bathroom, he comes over and gets into everything. And that boy has a monkey arm. I trained him to have a monkey arm. Like when you can't reach something and your arm's forward, you turn your body so that shoulder's closer to what you want. And it makes your arm like longer. I call that my monkey arm. He's good at that. He can reach stuff on the countertop now. I have to move it way back. Pretty soon I'll be hanging it from the ceiling, like keeping things away from a bear. He's growing so fast physically that his intelligence and emotions and all that aren't caught up to his ability to be able to climb and reach things that are not safe for him to reach, medicines or things that might poke him or whatever. That's the primary goal, is keep him safe, keep him occupied, and try to expand his mind a little bit. Try to get make sure he knows what a cow is and a horse, and you know what you do with little kids, right? What else is there to say? My eyes have been watering all day. The allergens in the air are very high around here. It was probably 67 degrees for the high. By the weekend it's supposed to be stinking hot. So I'm going to have to start calling around and finding out how much a mini split air conditioner would be. My brother says, well, why don't you get one of those that you just stick the hose out the window and you can have it, you plug it in. The only problem is when they put the electricity in this room for dwelling, the circuits have lower wattage wires, so it's easy to blow a circuit. So I couldn't have one of those, or even a tiny window air conditioner. It won't take it. The mini split, if I can get that, is hardwired into the electric system or something and controlled with a little remote control. So I won't have to worry about blowing a fuse. And Brian knows, he should know, that I'm very much a tightwad. I have been for many years. I open the windows at night, cool it down, close them up, close the drapes and everything in the morning when it's hot, you know. And I do the opposite when it's cold, winter, you know. I let all the sunshine in during the day and I close everything up to keep the cold out. So I do what I can. So it shouldn't be that much different than the rest of the house. I have dishes to do as usual. Stuff to do in here, but I gotta finish up my stuff in the other room and figure out how I'm going to finish that spinner, and I will probably film that, show you what it is. The other one, I didn't film it before I gave it to him, but he loves it. It's real easy. I can show you how to make one of those. I need a few little things from the hardware store, some little washers, before I make another one. But I can show that in a video. It's a very fun, easy way to make a spinner, a game spinner. You know, like sometimes your board games will come with a spinner that's flimsy. Well, I can show you how to make one that'll last a while. It's well worth it. Gadzooks, Shirley, I'm sure you've been talking way too long. Yeah. So I'm going to finish up what I have to finish up today before I crash. Yeah. I'm hungry. Let's go. Upward and onward.